Good morning, y'all.
Well, I'm riding along,
You've landed at my house.
singing the same old cowboy song
It's Rosie on the
that's
house.
been sung 100 times before.
On a beautiful Saturday morning.
Ain't got nothing.
In the ever-changing world of broadcast radio, any show that stays on the air 4 or 5 years is doing pretty well. So when a program comes along and captivates an audience, grows beyond all expectations by staying number one statewide in its time slot for 30 years, it becomes an institution.
Welcome to Rosie on the House.
Getting Rosie on the House started. Boy, that's, I'm going to have to reach back for that. But really it started as a dare. Actually, it was a double dog dare. And it was a couple associates in the industry that I knew back in Atlanta. And I was in Atlanta for a home builders show with the National Association of Home Builders. This goes back to about 1986. And we got talking one evening about a radio show they were doing about home improvement. And they said, Rosie, why don't you extend your stay through Saturday afternoon or Sunday morning and come in and listen to us and watch us do this radio show. It's something I'm sure you could do. And so I took them up on their offer. And when their show was over that particular Saturday morning, they double dog dared me to get back to Phoenix and see if there was a station in town that might consider the idea. So that was the birth of the Rosie on the House program. A good old grade school double dog dare.
The friendly style and down-home approach are keys that help make the show a success.
Not everyone that listens to the radio listens on Saturday, and then it takes a long time to brand a new listener to think, Rosie, you know, I got a plumbing leak, call a plumber. I got my air conditioning's out, call an air conditioning guy. To get them to think my air conditioning's out, check Rosie's website, it takes a long time to build that trust, and then it takes a long time for them to have that need. I mean, how often do we replace our air conditioning or our roof or our windows? You know, a lot of these things maybe once in a lifetime purchases. So having that branding and being there at the time they're ready for that takes years to establish.
An ongoing challenge is to grow your audience with fresh, relevant topics that listeners find useful. Rosie on the House does that week after week, year after year. Another milestone was getting on TV. Rosie's first appearance was on 3 TV.
Good morning, Arizona.
Oh, Memorial Day weekend this weekend, a huge weekend. Everybody's going to be displaying their flags. And, of course, if you're not sure how to do that, Rosie's here to talk about it this morning. You know, everybody can put a flag on the side of a wooden door or a wooden house, but not all homes are made out of wood, right?
Yeah, especially viewers of this segment. They already have that easy stuff down pat.
Getting written up by a large city paper like the Arizona Republic is a humbling way to say, you've arrived.
The Tucson newspaper then contacted us about 7 or 8 years into that and said we'd like a regular Arizona homeowners article written by you. That's when we added every Arizona homeowners best friend. Is we realized we didn't want to be a Phoenix-focused program. We wanted to be an Arizona-focused program.
The presence of Rachel, Romy, Jennifer, Julia, and Jay on the show has contributed to the down-home family atmosphere.
Now, you know, the show's run all by computers, and we can broadcast from almost any place on the planet as long as we have cell reception. Man, we've got these computers that tell us, you know, Agnes is on line 1, and Phil's on line 2, and Steve's on line 3, and Scott's on line 4, and where they're calling from, and what they want to talk about in particular. So you have a couple minutes to kind of digest who you're going to be bringing up next. But when the show started, it was any one of my 5 kids at the time sitting in the call screener's booth, the producer's booth, and getting a little scribbled note on sticky pads. And it would say, Sarah on line 1 wants to talk about her screen door. And they'd stick that up on my screen. And then Agnes on line 2 wants to talk about her, you know, water stains on the drywall ceilings.
The popularity of the broadcast started to spread, and gradually other program directors throughout the state started to reach out to Rosie.
We got on Skyview in 2010. So it was a year after. It was 11 or 12 that we moved back to KTAR as our flagship.
And been here ever since. And it was a good move. It was the right thing to do.
A fourth hour was added in 2015.
The 7 o'clock hour, and I'll always remember the date. It was February 14th because it was my daughter's 1-year birthday anniversary. We started was the first broadcast of the 7 o'clock hour, our fourth hour on Saturday, and we did it live at Sanderson Ford. And it's our Arizona hour. People, places, things, events. We've had a lot of great interviews, met a lot of great people, and it's opened the door to the broadcasts because it's not home improvement focused and it's not gardening related. There's no limit to the topic.
When KTAR came to us and said, would you consider doing a fourth hour? We really thought about it for a couple months and didn't give them an answer at all.
We tried it, said we'll try it for a little while. And after a couple months, we realized it was really energizing because new topics every week, things we haven't talked about before, new opportunities to meet people. And so it kind of would set the tone for the whole day.
And the referral network was officially launched in 2001. Contractors and service providers who successfully pass our screening qualification process are referred not only on the air, but through the Rosie on the House website and phone calls we take at the office.
The website, we feel, has become an encyclopedia for anybody that owns a home in Arizona. It really is the one free place you can go find the most up-to-date, current, accurate information about owning, maintaining, improving, or remodeling your Arizona home.
With a newsletter created in January 2004, Rosie on the House could now reach targeted web audiences through Constant Contact, Exact Target, Eye Contact, and now Fire Drum.
To be every Arizona homeowner's best friend, we'd like to get a radio affiliate, Sholo, Yuma, I think either Kingman or Bullhead City, because you can pick up the signals from each one. But that would have 100% Arizona coverage.
Remote broadcasts are the way to produce the show on location, away from the studio. Rosie on the House is no stranger to remote broadcasts. In fact, they've produced numerous remotes since the show went on the air in 1988.
One of the other live broadcasts that I've always enjoyed and appreciated, of course, is the first weekend in December. We've developed the tradition of getting up to Prescott in the Jersey Lily Saloon, which has a balcony that overlooks the courthouse square. A great place to watch their annual parade that particular weekend. My daughters were in the parade as the 4-H cloggers that Jennifer ran for years, so we could get up there and watch my daughters march through the parade in their clogging performance. But it was always a great place to get up there and visit with the Prescott old-timers, and we've had mayors of Prescott on the air and old-timers of the area on the air, and then you stay the night and you watch that courthouse lighting, and boy, there's hardly anything more Americana than the Christmas courthouse lighting in the official Christmas city of Arizona, Prescott. It's a great event.
A contributing factor to the success of the program is Rosie's attitude recognizing he's not an expert in every field. To bridge the gap, Rosie relies on the experience of other quality contractors and trade professionals who share his vision in protecting homeowners. These premier businesses support the vision through service and expert content verification.
I listen to the programs on Saturday morning. I listen to some of the podcasts if I miss the programs. I love the material that they put out and the DIY stuff all the way through the partner access, because being a partner, it's really nice knowing that there's other great partners there that I can lean on.
Every time I bought a home, I learned a little bit more, and by listening to him and his advice is definitely a big help.
When I've heard about Rosie and I understood what he can do, I thought, wow, I finally found something. I finally found somebody that I can trust and that will help me.
Today is a day of just for me coming down and see what it's all about. How about Rosie, met Romy, got to talk to everybody, and I've now got a feeling where I am really excited about becoming a partner.
The amount of trust that they put in us is not something to take lightly.
Can't take it lightly. We kind of live by a verse it's found in the Bible, but it's also taught to me by my dad that it takes a lifetime to build a reputation, just one day to lose it. So we work really, really hard to make sure we never have that one day where the reputation is lost. So we appreciate everybody tuning in. We appreciate all of our listeners, all of our home show guests and attendees and perfect strangers that come up and introduce themselves to us like we're our long lost friends or we went to high school together or whatnot. And of course, thank you for all the sponsors and the Rosie Certified Partners for the support that y'all have been as well.
Good morning, y'all.
Well, I'm riding along,
You've landed at my house.
singing the same old cowboy song
It's Rosie on the
that's
house.
been sung 100 times before.
On a beautiful Saturday morning.
Ain't got